Onami and Komurasaki debuted on OPTC Global on the 26th of April 2020. The early stages of Wano were in full swing during this time period, and it was reflected in a bunch of current and upcoming batches. The characters that debuted in this batch included Girl from Amigasa Village, Otama, as well as the Samurai Okiku. And the first Sugo-Fest exclusive character of the batch had a unique captain that promoted the use of one predominant type on the crew, with an attack boost and an affinity boost within that captain, along with a special that allowed you to remove enemy immunity to land a conditional boost that could be used in many situations. Introducing Newbie Kunoichi Onami. And the second Sugo-Fest exclusive character of the batch was a quick and int focused captain with solid damage, matching slots, and damage reduction, as well as a powerful special that would grant your crew a full board of slots along with an attack boost and an orb boosting effect. Introducing Komurasaki the Oiran. In this series, we'll be traveling back in time to experience some of the older Sugo-Fest exclusive characters in their prime, aiming to show just what it was like to use these characters on their debut. I hope you enjoy the video, and without further ado, let's enter the Legends of OPTC. So thank you very much for checking out yet another episode of the Legends of OPTC, and in this video we're going to be covering a dual legend release with Onami and Komurasaki. So we're going to cover both of these characters together in one video. I feel like we kind of have to do it, otherwise we're never going to reach the end, because there is more legends releasing per these videos being uploaded. So look, it is what it is, but we're going to be covering two legends in this video with Komurasaki and Onami. We'll continue to do this with double legend batches moving forward, unless if these characters are not synergistic in any way, then we'll make two separate videos, of course. But these characters actually work really well together, so we'll discuss it. So this rare recruit batch is very small. There's only 2 rare recruits along the way. There's also the raid that came out along with it, and an arena or a coliseum came out alongside it too. So let's start off with the first rare recruit, which is Otama. Now Otama really didn't see a hell of a lot of play post her release. Int Free Spirit Fighter. Her captain ability is kind of just whatever. She does make tandem slots beneficial to all characters, which is pretty nice. And her special ability being multi-stage, with stage 2 reducing burn, paralysis, and chain lock, and chain reduction by 7 turns, and then 30 times her recovery and HP is healed back. She does still remove 3 turns of those debuffs at level 1. If her level 1 was 5 turn removal, whew, yeah, this character probably would see a lot more play. But still, either way, like, not awful. It's okay utility. Paralysis removal is obviously fantastic. Burn removal is niche. Chain lock and chain reduction is a bit niche as well. So she just didn't see a hell of a lot of play, because what she does, it's just not useful in a lot of scenarios, and plus, you know, she only just provides the utility and healing, so she doesn't provide any damage boosting effects to your crew, which didn't really help her out either. The next rare recruit being Okiku. I believe this might have been the first Okiku character in the game. So she is a quick slasher free spirit, and the captain ability, just a basic 2.75 attack boost. Int slots beneficial for herself, which is kind of whatever. But her special, which would go ahead and deal 50 times her attack in typeless damage to a single target, locks slots for 1 turn, removes Bind and Despair by 2 turns, and quick and int characters get a 1.75 affinity boost. This is not too bad, and the fact that she allows you to do all block, utility, as well as color affinity, the fact that she is a slasher means you could have the support of YT Bay attached to her to remove a further 2 turns of Bind and Despair, so that's obviously a huge positive for her. Another big thing, she has double special launch. She actually came out, she debuted with double special launch attached to this character. With expansion, she got shipbind resistance. But the fact that you could have a special such as this and use it on 2 separate stages was so good. So we're hopefully going to be showcasing that in today's video too. 9 turn cooldown with expansion. Like, this is actually a very good rare recruit. And while the numbers aren't super high, like it's not a massive color affinity boost, she doesn't remove a lot of Bind and Despair. She's just useful with that double special launch in a lot of cases, so this is a very, very good rare recruit. The first Sugo-Fest exclusive of this batch is Komurasaki the Oiran, and she is a quick slasher cerebral. Her captain ability, obviously she does have a level limit break and limit break expansion, so we're just looking at the base captain. This is the captain you got as soon as the character launched in the game. So it was a 4 times attack boost to Quick and Int. Quick and Int slot's beneficial for Quick and Int characters. She recovers 0.5 her recovery for every time you tap a perfect, and 20% damage reduction, and double the amount of berries that you receive when you clear a quest. So this is kind of interesting. It's not a bad captain ability by any means at the time of the release. I mean, remember at this time period, like 4.5 was about the maximum that most high-end characters could get to. So not only did she have a solid 4 times boost that was always active, she also gave you matching slots, healing components, and damage reduction. And then why not just get more berries when you clear a quest? Like, this is a very good, solid captain for Quick and Int characters. No real complaints from me. Now, the special ability of her is interesting, where it will randomize all of your slots into either Quick or Int slots, and then if your HP is above 99% when you launch the special, then you get an attack boost for Quick and Int 2 times for 2 turns, and a 2 times orb boost for 2 turns for Quick and Int characters. Now, if you're below the 99% health threshold, then you still get a 2 times attack and orb boost, but it's only for 1 turn instead. So it's pretty cool. Just a really solid special. She is your crew's dedicated attack and orb booster, as well as giving you a full board of Quick or Int slots. Doesn't go through block slots, unfortunately, but the fact that when she's being used as a captain, she does make Quick and Int slots beneficial to her own crew. So she basically gives you full board of slots, 2 times attack, 2 times orb boost. Not really too much to complain about. Obviously, the numbers are a little low compared to like a 2.25 or a 2.5 boost, and like the captain multiplier is just a flat 4x, but with all the other components around it, like, it's just good and very solid. So if you're up against an enemy that is strength or an enemy that is psi, then Komurasaki was a very, very solid option against those types of enemies. Her potential abilities weren't really too great, reducing recovery bind, critical strike, and strength damage reduction, so nothing really too much there. But this was just an all-round good, solid unit, honestly. She wasn't the best unit in the game, but she's far from the worst as well. So a pretty solid unit. So for people that were fans of Komurasaki in the anime, people got access to this character as a Sugo-Fest exclusive, and many people were pretty happy about that. Now, to debut alongside Komurasaki, we have this magnificent artwork of Onami, the newbie kunoichi, and this character was interesting when she came out because she does have some unique components, and we'll talk about it. So she's a quick striker cerebral, so you can see this whole batch being focused on Quick and Int characters. And her captain ability, which would go ahead and reduce everyone's cooldown by 2 turns at the start of the fight, boosting the attack of all characters by 3 times, but then if your crew has 4 more characters of the same type, boost the attack of the dominant type by 3.75 times, and then boost color affinity of that dominant type by 1.1. So this means that if you have a character that is in that dominant type pool, being 3.75, and if they're attacking super effectively, they also receive a color affinity boost. So this character can potentially net you a 4.125 times multiplier. So basically what it means is, with double Nami, if you have like 2 more quick characters on your crew, she gives buffs to all of your quick units. Or if you have double Nami, you can run like 4 psi units, and then those psi units receive that 3.75 attack, or 4.125 if you're attacking against an int enemy. So you can run Nami in a couple of different ways, which is kind of cool. Also, the -2 cooldown at the start of the quest, allowing you to do some speed farming shenanigans, and even if, you know, you don't have the dominant type, like, she is still a 3x attack boost, so even though Nami won't be doing as much damage if you're running a different color, you can still use her as a captain, but probably not the greatest captain in the world, that's for sure, because it's just cooldown, attack boost, and then color affinity boost. Like, it's really not doing a whole lot. Her sailor ability, reducing cooldown of herself by 3 turns when it's reversed, so that's really cool. But then you have this special ability here, which is very unique. So if you're above 99% HP when you launch the special, removes enemies' defense reduction immunity completely. So if they are immune to having their defense lowered, so an immunity with the blue shield, she removes it, and then gives 100% defense down for 2 turns. That's pretty cool. So as long as you're at full HP, this Nami special is very strong at removing that. And then also boost attack against enemies with reduced defense by 2 times for 2 turns. Like, bro, this is actually super solid. And then it says, otherwise, if you're not above the 99% threshold, then it recovers 50% of your max health, reduces defense of all enemies by 100% for 1 turn, and you still get a conditional boost of 2 times for 1 turn. So it just means that if you're always getting a conditional boost and defense down against the enemy, but if you're above 99%, you can remove their immunity to having their defense lowered. So it's like almost a guaranteed conditional, but not really, because if they've got a full immunity buff, then it is what it is. You can't lower their defense. But if they have an immunity specifically against having their defense lowered, then Onami can get rid of that. There aren't too many characters in the game that can actually do this, so this is a very unique component to this character. But also there's the fact that you could have this character on any team and just about always get a conditional boost with her was very strong. But another thing about Onami that made her incredibly strong moving forward was her support effect. Attaching to any Sanji or Kinemon, and any time you launch their special, reduce defense of all enemies by 100% for 2 turns. Now, I believe in the game right now, as of today of me recording this video at the end of September, that there are only 2 characters in the game that have a support that can set defense to 0. And this is one of them. The other one is a support rare recruit. So it's just crazy to think that with all this time that we've spent in the game with supports, only 2 characters in the game have this kind of support, and this is one of them. So for that reason alone, this is a very valuable character to own. And then her other effects are kind of whatever. Slot bind removal is actually kind of nice. Recovery bind and strength damage reduction once again. So let's go ahead and jump into some content now, utilizing these characters against the content that actually debuted with these characters' release, which is against Coliseum Kiyoshiro. So without further ado, let's jump into the game. Alright, let's go ahead and run it. So we're going to have Komurasaki here. We've got Onami. We've got the batch with the Otama and the Okiku. The other character we have here is brand new. And it's mainly because in this content there is Rainbow Shield we'll have to remove a little bit later on. And there actually aren't a lot of int characters that remove Rainbow Shield by a lot of turns by this point in the game. So we have to resort to brand new here. Now, this, I don't know if this is even going to work. I haven't tested this team at all, so this is going to be interesting to see how we go. Another thing to note is the ship that we're using, which is the Koi ship. This debuted alongside the Komurasaki and the Onami batch, and this ship was just solely focused on boosting quick and int characters, giving them an attack and HP boost, recovery slots being matching, and it also has a special that gives you a chain buff, so hopefully we can abuse that here too. So without further ado, let's actually play the game with these characters and see how they perform against the content that actually debuted during this time period. I'm kind of interested to see, you know, going back to this, because it's been a long time since I've used Komurasaki or Onami on a team, so it will be kind of interesting to see how things go. Now, our cooldowns are astronomically high, so we do need to stall for those. We don't really want to take too much damage as well, because with the way that we want to do things, we want to actually ensure that when we use Nami special on stage 4, we want to be at full HP so that we can actually remove the enemy's defense down immunity. So that is going to be kind of vital. So every time we hit it perfect, we're healing with Komurasaki, which is obviously a very, very nice thing to have. Go ahead and kill these guys. Get that recovery back, which is pretty good. Now, we do have some turtles here, so we can stall on these guys. These green guys at the back are probably going to be annoying, but I also want to get that ship special up, because I think it'd be kind of cool to abuse that. I think we could probably save it for the final stage, though, so I think we'll be alright. Let's go ahead and kill these guys here. Oh, no, we want to actually stall on the turtles. Don't want to do too much damage to the turtles. Let's kill this guy. We'll kill this guy on the 2-turn cooldown, and then we can actually take a little bit of a break to get some cooldowns ready to go. So yeah, Komurasaki and Onami are pretty interesting set of characters. Like, Komurasaki didn't really see a hell of a lot of play after her release, which is kind of unfortunate. And then same with Onami, like, she saw some niche usages. The conditional boost that she had was kind of nice, and because a lot of people would still like to use Legend Carrot as a captain to clear content, and the fact that Komurasaki and Onami are quick units that actually work under Carrot's captain ability at this point, that was actually a really solid combination that people would opt to use. You could even use the combo of one of your captains being Onami, one of them being Carrot, or vice versa. You could have one of them being Komurasaki and one could be Carrot. So you could do some really cool stuff with these units, but you know, these characters just didn't see a hell of a lot of play. And it's the same with this ship that we're using too, the Koi ship. While on paper it seems interesting, it's not actually that great of a ship, and it's one of these ships that you have to spend 30 gems to unlock to pick up, and then you have to upgrade it and stuff. Though I don't believe the Koi ship has like level 12 and modifications yet, because that could really change things, because as it stands right now, the ship is pretty pointless and there's no real reason to have it. But I do think that there is potential for it to be good in the future. Anyways, we'll move on now so we can actually start doing a little bit of damage. So we've got Hold'em here. Hold'em's a little bit annoying. He does go ahead and inflict us with burn and chain lock. It's a 1.1 times chain lock, which is pretty annoying to deal with, but luckily for us, we do have the Otama. So Otama special, as we've already touched upon, removes paralysis, burn, it removes chain lock, it removes chain reduction by 7 turns, really good healing components, but it's just unfortunate that Otama doesn't really do anything else except for a little bit of utility and a little bit of healing, and the utility she has is like okay, but it's not the greatest. But another thing that we can do is use the Okiku. So Okiku is so good. The fact that she has double special launch really helps this unit, as you're able to use it on multiple different turns, being able to have utility, being able to do so many cool things with this unit. But I believe with this we should be okay to get the win with that color affinity boost. Beautiful. We have a fair amount of matching slots here moving into the next stage as well. So here we have Jackie Boy. What's Jackie Boy got for us here? So Jackie Boy does have some defense, normal attacks only, okay. He has increased defense, he's got a delay. I actually don't know how much HP this guy has. This guy could be annoying to deal with. Boosting slot effects is a crime, so do not do an orb boost against this guy. Let's go ahead and use the Onami special here, because, I mean, I don't think we'll need it on the next stage, and we pretty much need to use it here. So here's a cool special animation of Legend Onami. It actually looks really cool. I really do like Onami's like original aesthetic compared to what they gave with her 6+. I believe her 6+ artwork and her special animation just don't look as good. Really preferred this version of Onami. But you see, because we're at full HP, we actually removed the enemy's immunity against defense down completely, and then apply that conditional boost. We get a 2 times damage boost here. Let's go ahead and launch. Let's launch this, actually. Let's get a bit of a chain boost happening. Bit of a heal. And hopefully this is enough damage to kill, because if it isn't, we're probably going to lose. So let's see what happens here. Let's get it. Oh, it's so close. It's so close. Oh, we're dead. We're dead. Yeah, there's no way we survive this, right? He's just gonna kill us. Okay, so we need to go back to the drawing board a little bit. So let's go ahead and run it back and see if we can figure out something a little bit different. Alright, so we're running it back now. So we're gonna try the strategy a little bit different. So what we'll try this time is let's use one of the Komurasaki specials against Hold'em. I think this may work a little bit better. So it means that we're going to have a lot of damage, and then it allows us to use one of the Okiku specials on stage 4, because we do need it for stage 5. So I do believe this may work a bit better. So let's go ahead and use the Otama special, which gets us back to full HP. And then we can use one of the Komurasaki specials here, where you can see her walk down the main street of Wano. Oh my god, I'm not a big fan of this special animation. It's just literally just her walking, but I believe this is around the time that she was revealed for the first time in the anime. So a lot of people loved it, of course. But still, not the greatest special animation ever. But here we have the full board of slots, the 2 times attack, the 2 times orb boost. Now, ideally, we keep the slots on our quick characters, because we probably will need them. So let's go ahead and kill this guy. Probably could have got away with even keeping the slot on Okiku, but not the end of the world. I think we're going to do okay. So Okiku doesn't have a slot, but this time around, we're going to be able to use an Okiku special to get color affinity. So I think we should have more than enough damage to kill Jack this time. So at least we will be able to reach the final stage. I think I actually will save the special of the ship for the final stage too, because I do believe that Nami and Okiku should be enough to get the job done here. So Nami special once again. Removes the immunity, defense down, conditional boost, wicked. We have the Okiku special, which is going to give us the 1.75 color affinity boost. And I think with the 2 times conditional and the 1.75 affinity, this should definitely be enough to kill Jack this time. Let's get it. Yeah, that was heaps. That was way better. So now we reached the boss stage. So let's see how we go. Hopefully we have the stuff to get it done. Hopefully we have enough damage. So Kiyoshiro, this guy is a bit of a strange one. So Komurasaki here is going to be an interesting one, because the first turn against this guy is interesting, because he is going to be a side character, I believe. Yeah, he's a side character, which is actually, yeah, this works out completely fine. So yeah, we'll go ahead and use the Okiku special. So this is going to be good because this turn we're going to have color affinity, where we're not going to have color affinity on the revive, because he does revive, which is going to be annoying, but we won't have color affinity, but we have more quick characters on our team, so I think it's going to be okay. Then we use the Komurasaki special once again, which will give us the 2x attack and the 2x orb boost, and we will have it for both turns. I believe, actually, let me pull up the gimmicks again. I don't think he removes beneficial effects on the revive. No, he doesn't. Doesn't look like he does, so I think we'll be okay for that. And hopefully there's nothing else bad, because I know that he does have Rainbow Shield on the revive, so hopefully we'll be okay for that. And I think with normal attacks, this should be enough to kill. Let's do it. It's pretty tight, actually. 14.5. I believe he has around 13 million HP, so it was pretty tight in damage. So that, yeah, 13 million HP. He revives. He becomes a strength unit. Rainbow Shield. Okay, that's perfect. We still have the attack boost. We still have the orb boost. And now we can use the brand new special, which will allow us to remove the Rainbow Shield. And we can use the special of the ship, which is going to give us a chain boost. And this should be enough to get us the dub. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. There you go. That's how you're supposed to get it done. So, yeah, we kind of screwed up on that first run, but hey, it's fine. We got it done. No issues at all. No issues at all. And with that, that is going to wrap it up here for the Legends of OPTC for this week. Moving forward to next week, we're going to be covering yet another Straw Hat Legend release, and it's going to be the release of the first Legend Chopper in the game. So Christmas Chopper makes his appearance on Treasure Cruise Global next week. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and if you guys did, make sure to go ahead and leave a like. And if you want to stay up to date with all the content I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. I'm that, guys. I'll see you guys within the next video.